Metropolis is going ahead.
With the riverboat, they got bingo there, 25,000 people a night, at bingo alone.
Gee.
It's the whole state.
And they're expecting 4,000 to 5,000 people a day through the museum.
Did you get a lot of what can I say?
Anheuser-Busch and Warner Communications
Put that up
paying
on
for
the wall.
Superman land.
Put it up
See
on the
that?
wall.
They're doing a Superman land? Where?
Metropolis, Illinois, they just auctioned 900 acres.
Huh. Will they do it right?
They put me in charge, they will.
What would you like, Jack?
They never do
So,
it.
are you gonna move there, Jim, or what?
Well, they don't have a choice, because I'm gonna be there already,
Uh-huh.
3 years ahead of them.
There's a copy of the Kellogg's commercials to take with you, Jack.
Oh, I'd love it.
All the ones they made, and there's also an extra copy for Noel, even though she's not in it.
How wonderful.
Some other stuff to show you.
Yeah, just clear up the seat for Mr. Shayne.
Now, Lenora Lemon. On the program, she obviously has no relatives.
She does, that's the
And Jimmy
thing.
She has
Hawkins.
relatives.
and
They
you-
all know she did it.
Uh-huh.
And I didn't get threatened on this one.
Huh?
Did you get a lot of,
Thank you.
of
Oh, thank you.
communication about it afterwards?
Want to hear the tape?
You have it yet? Did you get it?
Would you like to hear the
You
tape?
mean you have it right now?
Oh, I will have it shortly.
Yeah, sure.
Almost 4 hours.
Did you see that Now It Can Be Told show?
We had to see.
Sir.
That's what I was
Stop
asking
and
about.
Betty when
Chuck,
they did.
You know what the, you know what the poll results were? 97%.
97%.
For murder.
That was 140,000 calls too.
Oh, it was? Yeah, I didn't hear how many there were.
The only thing I ever knew was that Tony didn't, because she thought, I mean, the truth about Tony is that she was sure he was
No,
not.
I knew Eddie didn't have anything to do with it.
No.
No, but she always
Or
claimed,
Tony.
Wouldn't care.
No,
she
he
always
didn't
said
care,
he was
you're right.
murdered, and since she was the prime suspect at the time, she wouldn't have gone around saying he was murdered, because she was very firm with me, because when I did the Tom Brokaw interview, and I said that he committed suicide, and I thought he did, she called me up right away, and she said, how could you say that about that man? He never killed himself.
I'm the only one that I know that's come direct and said what I felt.
Pretty
about it,
amazing.
You know?
But there's this tape.
4 hours of
With
phone
her.
conversations.
Uh-huh.
Not with me. And this individual, she's a lady, made friends with Lenore just for that specific reason, and they hung out for about 6-7 months.
Amazing.
I knew very well Sam Mark, and I never knew where Sam came up, and actually it was very strange, I never talked to him about it, but he invited me to a book signing when he came up with the Harlow
Oh,
book.
right,
And
Yeah.
I bought the book.
I remember you
There it
called me.
was.
I went out to the, it was at Samuel French's in the Valley, and I always liked Sam, he was a friend of Oscar and June Levin. And he was just wonderful on this MGM thing.
Right.
You know, he was the last person to know everything about MGM, he was a story editor from
Hi,
first to
I
last.
love you. Ew. Well, did you finally get your sandwich? Where? Oh, there it is.
Glad it didn't growl on camera.
Plastic newspapers.
You know, this milk is so different than the stuff nowadays.
Yeah, it is. It's a lot softer, isn't it?
Oh, yeah, yeah. I got all my
And
stuff.
I never knew how he came up with
That
that.
I came with.
Did you get that still, John?
Yeah, this is the one he was looking for, kind of mixed in with mine.
Oh my gosh, look at that leopard.
What was that,
Is that your
jacket?
car?
What was that, 1947?
No, I had a Packard Mustang.
It says 40, it says in the license plate what year it was.
Fine, you want to see?
Where did you get it?
49.
It's a 14-year collection.
Uh-huh.
Oh my gosh.
How did they do that, John, getting your stuff on there in this, on the screen?
I gave it to them back in the booth, and they just supered it over when they were talking.
Huh.
So they put it underneath a
They did a real nice job.
camera, yeah.
Yeah, I thought
Yeah,
so
that worked
too.
out really well.
It was a half hour before they went on, and they just picked the stills they wanted.
No, they are.
I'm not going first, I'll put it that
They're
way.
not, look at this. You're not first, trust me.
Okay.
Can I help you?
Here you are. No. Just kind of getting tired of a long walk.
As my father used to say, shit, piss, and corruption.
Oh, God! I can't take him any place.
Just can't take you any
No,
place, Bob.
says what he wants to say.
We're getting something to eat?
Yeah. Sit down.
Cracked crab, lobster.
I want
Caviar.
lobster.
It tastes a lot like ham.
You will.
And turkey and beef,
Looks a lot
but
like ham.
I don't know.
There's roast beef, ham,
Is there a seat here?
turkey.
Yes.
Yeah.
If
a
you
little
come
more.
over,
behind you, you have to move.
use your legs. You're an actor. Find your furniture.
You flatter me that I'm an actor.
Jim, did
got
you
it,
ever
Bob.
get a full thing of where that picture appeared in your collection?
I'll sit down.
Yes.
Around
Yep,
Europe,
you're all
did
set.
you ever get copies of
My
that?
old chair.
The one that was in the choir.
Yeah, yes, the one that was in the Inquirer. But,
So
oh,
you-
did
so
it
you're
actually
off.
appear around
He
Europe?
went to
Yes,
Pakistan.
Thank you.
What do you want, turk?
Went to
Pakistan.
Pakistan, yeah.
I'll take
Pakistan.
lobster scampi.
What was that they said? They said 250 publications.
They did.
The only one that I know of, and I got a lot of letters, was to Pakistan. People asking for money.
Yeah.
Oh, of course, right.
Okay, I'm
Oh,
only,
there it
I'm
is.
only gonna
Great.
give you that here.
Did you recognize that picture, Noel?
I'm only gonna give you half. Did you
I
recognize it?
recognize the best.
Yeah.
Just grab me.
It's all filled with.
Did you notice this was a different George Reese figure than the
Yes,
other
of
one?
course I did.
Yeah.
You guys need anything else?
No.
I
You
can't
can't
either. I
keep his
had,
mouth over half of it?
Caffeine,
Then you're out
anybody?
of
Yes,
luck.
I did.
I had to do mine in half.
You know, not exactly the way I'd like it, but I'm not, you know, if I was doing it,
There's a
Right.
Pepsi here, unless, what do you
Here's a
want?
pickle.
What do you want? You want a diet or a
Is that
regular?
a regular?
That's a regular, unless
Have
somebody's,
have you got a diet?
yeah, sure, what would you like, Diet
Coke?
Pepsi?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll
Well,
run
could I have a little
upstairs.
mayo or
Anybody
Jack
else
when
need
you're done?
any soda?
yeah, we got enough cups and stuff, yeah, I think we're all set.
That sounds
Uh,
good. I didn't
Two
mind
Diet
that.
Pepsi? Okay.
Thank you.
You got any beer here?
No. Yeah, that sounds good. I know some. There's more part of my list. I got beer. Wait till you get.
Want some mustard on the ham?
No, no.
Am I short or are these chairs low?
Is that,
Right.
Noel?
Yes, sir.
Good show, guys.
Yeah, well,
Yeah, it was fun. Nice phone calls from people, that's kinda,
You look
they
great
said
on
something,
it.
yeah.
Is this yours,
They
guys?
were very,
I love those old commercials.
Huh?
Is this yours?
yeah.
Yeah, it's nice.
Well, that, I made more money on those commercials than I ever made on the show.
I never knew you were Tony the Tiger until tonight.
Yeah, well,
Isn't
I did that
neat?
for them, gratis. But they,
That's not me, but it's
it was
neat
the
that you
original,
did
you
it.
know, I don't know what they did later, but they,
They're not using that one today, are they?
oh, no, they
They
wouldn't,
wouldn't dare.
no, they wouldn't. But
They've had about 3 or
those
4.
commercials, and now, there was one we did with Zazu Pitts,
That's on,
that's on there, and she was,
Oh, I kind of remember that.
yeah.
I have a commercial sickness. I know every commercial. I know commercials I've never seen. I don't know what it is.
But they were very funny, that agency.
That was a good
Where are your
campaign.
friends? Did they leave? They're gone.
Do you know Jeff DeHer?
No, he contacted me, this is like, because he had this experience.
Oh, yeah.
And,
Was that the one with the Superman?
Yeah, they're
Was
great.
he here?
yes, they were just there.
I didn't know.
Yeah, he started to mention that.
And he was gonna, he contacted me through New York, and then I wanted to tell me this, and then he told me, and then he was gonna go, he's a stand-up comic, he was gonna play down with Merv Griffin. And actually, I'd done a movie with Merv, and so I said, say hello to Merv. And he was
He just came back from being with that.
Go ahead.
Nice couple. Really nice.
Don't worry.
I wish I'd known if I didn't. Holly wrote me about it, but I wanted to hear about it.
Yeah, it was, looking interesting.
Oh, yeah, the music and things. Pretty bizarre.
Did I have something to drink?
I think he's getting some.
When are you flying out, Jim? In the morning?
Yeah, 8 o'clock.
Where are you going?
They're gonna fly me to St. Louis and then pick me up in St. Louis and drive me to Metropolis.
How far is it?
From Metropolis, 3-hour drive, so probably about 150, 160 miles.
Oh, it's, I don't know.
Is that you, Jim?
Yep.
How do we get to Metropolis? We wanna go there.
Well, get yourself on Highway 10 there and stick your thumb out. No,
When
it's,
it's time.
well, when it's time, I'll fly you there.
No, don't worry about it.
That's right.
Either that or head over to LA City Hall building and wait for a guy in blue tights. and-
You'll fly it.
He'll fly out there.
There you go. No cost as much.
Hardly wait.
Pretty exciting.
Have they already got the building and everything?
You
Oh,
guys
they
have
got the
one?
design, they have the
Oh,
property,
they're building it? Oh my stars.
and they'll have it up in 90 days.
Huh? Amazing.
How big is the thing?
So,
Moi?
phase 1's
Wow,
40,000
that's correct.
square feet.
Really?
Holy mackerel.
Denny,
90 days.
remember, I would have said
Pretty good.
goodbye to them, I thought they were
They're
coming
done,
in
have
here.
to come over here.
Oh.
So please tell them. to come
I
in.
know,
huh?
Very-
Well, it's just a tilt.
It looks like a movie
I'm
set
sorry,
with this
I just
back.
assumed
Somebody
they were
the
coming
hard,
on.
oh, I don't have my glasses.
Yeah.
on.
Stuff that
Oh,
burns.
look at that.
Very, very smart.
I have one of each of these for
Good
you,
thinking, Jim.
and I'd like you to sign one if you wouldn't mind.
Sure.
So when your hands are
When my hands are.
clean.
Empty.
Clean hands.
And I have albums for you to look through if you'd like.
Here, fill these over there too.
Okay.
Something different
Whoa,
to
through
sign.
the air.
I'm gonna put those in the museum.
So Jim, what's happening with Superman 5? They proceeding? or
They just
what
said
do you know
something
about
about it 2 days ago out of New York, and just said that they were doing it, and Christopher Reeve had signed, and he was gonna be in Superman 5. They
that?
talked
What's he
about,
getting, you know, 80 million or something like that?
I have no idea.
The movies haven't done
So,
good.
I agree.
Terrible.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, that's the only thing that's made him any money.
Christopher Reeve.
You know, the one movie I loved that he did was
Somewhere in time.
Somewhere in Time.
Yeah, that, I
I
like,
haven't
yeah.
seen that.
That's the
That was
only
very
thing he
good.
did.
I saw it the other day, and I've seen it 4 or 5 times tonight.
Oh, no, he did The Aviator, he's been in
But I mean,
Street
that's the only
Smart.
thing he did that's good.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
He's in that new
Somewhere in
flick,
time.
that ensemble.
Yeah,
flick,
that
what,
thing with John
comedy?
Ritter and
And Michael Caine.
Michael Caine.
Yeah, some comedy
I
movie.
hear somebody say that Christopher Reeve is gonna do Superman.
5.
Five.
He's doing a new one.
They're calling it Superman, the new movie.
That's a clever.
Why?
How clever.
Clever.
Why are they calling
No
it?
inspector.
serious?
Well, after
this
the
serious?
first
They haven't
one,
had the
I thought
inspector in the
they
series
were
yet.
Is
all
this
they
a
were
comedy?
No.
Why are they calling
Superman,
it
the old movie.
No, they're, and in fact, they're getting away from the comedy aspects and they're going back to the original format.
Well,
from
that's a,
what they
that's a
said.
better idea.
I think they just ought to leave it alone myself. You know, the Salkinds is the rights, yeah. They're losing their rights in 1997 for it, so they gotta get another one in there.
Batman
I was
2's coming
surprised they
in.
did Super Pup, I started to say.
Supergirl?
Boy.
Oh, Superboy, yeah. Well, that turned out to be a
Oh,
decent
yeah,
little
you're
show.
both around
you
it.
know.
Good show.
Yeah.
Both around.
Good effects, and it's all done on video,
Times.
so that's different.
Them terrible time slot.
Well, that's half the battle.
But I think I told you, I talked to Jerry and he said what a wonderful time he had working with you two on that. It was
This is
really,
real
he
nice.
was really excited about that.
Very, very nice.
Yeah.
Very nice.
I've gotten a lot of props and things in from that show. And he's supposed to get me a couple of costumes from the show, a couple of costumes he wore.
That's nice.
He wants to trade me 2 of his for 1 of George's, and I think that's a very fair trade.
You're not gonna.
Yeah.
Try about a dozen of yours for half a cape, you know?
Yeah, right, that's about right. The belt.
Right.
Trade in the mothballs,
Yeah,
yeah,
give
that's
you
funny.
a snip of the wool there.
His will come through.
But we've got another costume going up for auction this June 6th, Camden House. So they're saying that they think it's gonna go past 100,000. I don't know. I know somebody that's gonna bid up to 40,000 on it.
But it's one of yours?
Yeah.
It's amazing. Who'd have thought, you know?
Yeah, I ended up with all of them, yeah. They were all all in different places, I brought them all back together, but that was one that was a mismatch, so. Plus, you know, we gotta keep that value established on those things,
Those are,
so that the respect
patterns
level
that,
stays as high as
Christie
it is
did,
now.
model and
Thank
after.
you.
Because the only way the media ever picks up on that stuff is if it's worth money, otherwise they don't, you know, they don't really do anything about it with it.
Here's some cups of beer.
Diet Pepsi. Honest.
And a wrap party is this.
Really?
Diet Pepsi.
There was one that Henry did for me,
Very good, thank you.
but I don't know, I wanted to go to Halloween, I wanted to go to a Halloween party. They had it.
Oh, really? They did one for you, huh?
They did one for me,
Really?
and, but then, I mean, he just, you know, took it. I don't know what ever became of it. I don't know what it became of it.
So it'd be just a smaller size
It's
then?
smaller size.
No kidding, that's
Yeah.
funny. That's
Did it for
funny.
me.
You know, that may make some sense here, because I was told that one of the costumes that we got a hold of was put in a washer and dryer because it was so much smaller
No, it's
than
for
the
me.
rest of them.
Well, that's
So
a funny
That makes
story.
some sense.
Henry did it
All these
for,
years.
for a Halloween.
That's why I like getting together like this. Every once in a while, you find these little tidbits
No, I
out.
said I wanted to go, I don't know, I was doing some Halloween.
Did he do a whole costume for you, including the shoes? Or did he just?
No,
He didn't do the shoes?
I don't know what I did for shoes, I wouldn't have
Oh,
boots, I
okay.
get. I
Did
don't
you
know.
wear it? I mean,
But he did it, yeah. I
And
wore
what did you
one
do with it? Did you
Halloween.
give it back
Did
to
you
him when
take
he
Yes,
any,
I gave it
did you
back.
ever take any photographs or
Henry.
anything?
No,
That would be interesting.
but I was bad about ever taking photographs with anything.
Yeah.
I was shy, photograph shy.
Yeah.
That would have been great
Isn't
to
that
see
funny?
that.
None of us had any photographs, except I took some on location a couple of times when I took the kids. I'd say, oh.
Did they ever send you these when you did the record promos for the Crash Test Dummies?
Yes.
Did you get
Of
those?
all
But I've
pictures
never
they
seen the one of
found.
Noel.
Oh,
Here's one of Noel, that's for you.
I'd
You
love
already
to
have
see
one,
They sent you
right?
some, didn't they?
Yeah, they gave me a.
Do you have one of Jack?
Yeah.
Okay.
They sent me Jack's, and
Okay.
I sent most of his to him.
What was your real opinion of the song?
I liked it, I
You
wouldn't
did?
have
It was
I
quite
wouldn't have
good.
given him a
Did you see the
clue.
video?
No.
They came out with a video, and
Oh, did they?
Martin Diamond got in touch with me and wanted me to promote their stuff through these malls and stuff. In the
There's a
video,
song that is, rock
Superman is dead, and all these other old, washed-up superheroes, Wonder Woman, she's all old and huge, and all these other, they're standing around his coffin.
Holy
And
mackerel.
they're all mourning his Superman's death, and they said, now I talked to the writers, and they said that yes, that it was, they had George in mind when they did this. So I don't know, but I have the video. I imagine it's pretty rare. They had big expectations. I guess they went platinum in Canada, and
Didn't
in
happen
the
in
U.S.
America.
It didn't happen in
It didn't
America.
work
no.
because they kept, I did a number of things for them.
Yeah, I
in
know
New
you
York.
did. They did, and they had some great promotional material.
Yeah, let me
you
get
know,
that
they pulled out
receipt.
CD jacket and some literature that was going out, pictures and things like that.
But I did some actual, they came up when I was in New York and asked me to come up and take pictures with, I don't know, with things, and I did anything they asked me to
This?
do. And,
Was that Nickelodeon?
no, this was,
Arista?
Arista,
Arista Records,
who
right?
I had a, I just did it because I wanna, later when the CD, when Lord Byron comes out in
Right.
September,
Uh-huh.
I wanna ask them several favors, and I told them that at the time. But they did the cast album of Perfect, and I had an awful time with them.
Oh, really? The Crash Test Dummies?
No,
Oh,
no,
you
no,
mean
no.
Arista, I'm sorry.
Arista
Okay,
did
okay.
the film,
Yeah.
and they were horrible.
Really?
And I'm gonna forget, Clive Davis.
Ah, he's such a
He was a
scumbag.
major criminal
Yeah.
who held
He sure
heads
is.
up Arista, yeah, heads up Arista. And we had a meeting where the head of marketing at Columbia said she thought I was gonna go into cardiac arrest because they wouldn't get out the album. And we knew we needed that album out, we needed some songs on the chart and the album out for this film, and they wouldn't get it out, and they said they didn't have the artwork.
Ah,
It was
that's a
story.
crap.
And so at that meeting, I got the absolute assurance that this date, but it was like within 48 hours, the artwork, so they could get out a single, but then they didn't do it. And they wanted to come on the film, and the film wasn't gonna work that way. You can't do that with a John Travolta film because there's too much antagonism with it. And if it was gonna happen, it had to happen, the songs had to be successful because we'd had that experience with Urban Cowboy.
Right.
And because there's this big, always negative thing that comes out against John, I don't know why.
Right.
And so we
Well,
wanted.
yeah, that Baby Talk movie did pretty good, I guess, at the box
They
office.
didn't want to release it.
Really?
I'll tell you the absolute story, that they didn't want to release it, they didn't think anything of that film, and, there was a girl, I can't remember her name now, believed in it, and they didn't spend a lot of money, and they got it out in limited release originally, and they went through the roof with it, and it was a success.
Yeah.
There's always this negative
That's
stuff,
weird.
and the thing that works with him is a hit album.
Yeah.
So we worked our butts off
Yeah, I'll
on this
bet.
album,
Yeah.
and then Eris had just, I mean, we got a fortune for videos for, and their artist, Jermaine Jackson.
Jackson, right?
And then they needed another $100,000, and I don't know what they did. And Guy McElwain, who was the head of the studio at the time, gave us and them anything they wanted, and then Eris screwed us completely. So when they came to me and said, would I promote this record, I said, you know who you're talking to. Don't you?
It's not Jimmy Olsen.
I asked him,
We're not Metropolis
I asked
anymore.
him, and so, and where is he now?
Yeah.
And I'm gonna forget his name, but the real shark is now head of MTV. Abby Conoway.
Okay, that figures too.
Abby
Now
Conoway.
MTV.
And Abby I think they were the toughest people I ever saw in my life, and they simply weren't gonna do anything.
Well, MTV's involved with Nickelodeon.
MTV owns, yeah.
Right.
And so anyway, so I did all this for them, I did the thing, and there was a lot of, I did a lot of interviews.
Did
But
you
I'm
know
gonna
that Jack
ask
had
you what I
Contest
told
they
you.
had on
a CD coming out in September?
Are you
What'd you
kidding?
do?
The what?
CD.
So we have-
Are you gonna be promoting that on the talk shows and stuff?
MTV owns CD.
Why didn't
Anybody
you
will
mention
have
that tonight?
Well, nobody asked, they didn't ask you, you know,
Yeah,
no.
you couldn't go into.
No, but anyway, but we'll do a lot, because the people that are bringing out Koch, they got the Grammy last year, and they hope they'll be able to do something Grammy-wise with this, opera. So
Oh,
it's,
okay. All right.
But,
That could be a whole show in itself.
yeah, no, I'll do it, everything I can do.
All right.
Well, Chuck, and you picked someone else, that was an interesting show.
They took me out of context. They said, what do you think all the theories are? I said, well, somebody says this, and now I'm advocating some bomb hit through a window or something. And I said, I never
Yeah,
thought
that
that.
didn't sound like you.
No, I said, this is
I
ridiculous.
thought, where did you come off of that?
Yeah, what the hell are you gonna do? They edit, you know.
Geraldo doesn't.
But it's something that Jim found this tape. I mean, I don't know what it really was.
Have you heard the tape?
No, but he's told me a lot of what's on it in confidence, and she talks a lot about that last 6 months, and let's just say it was party hardy out from Benedict Cannon. Poor George was just boogieing too much. Shame, really. Whole thing's so very sad.
Does she actually admit that she killed him?
Yep.
When
Yeah, Connie.
is that gonna come out?
I don't know. Jim's trying to get the tape together, and he's talking to his lawyers to see, you know, because she had just gotten out of Bellevue
How were they?
and was a noted alcoholic. So how much, you know, is it the ravings of a mad person, or are
Or
they
is she
talking?
trying to get her
It looks like one of the pictures from.
clear
Hard to
the
say.
drive?
She was just drunk one night on the phone and started talking to this person that she'd gotten confidence with.
Across you.
Show me where you have those.
John, I want mine.
Lenore
John, I
Lemon.
want mine.
She admitted that she was.
Yeah, I'd like mine in black too.
These work better, Jack.
Yeah, I don't like these.
Yeah, that,
You want those?
sure, just press,
If George were still living, we'd still be making these things.
Very well might be.
I think you're all a little, well, at least you are.
yeah, that's.
Well,
fine.
it's so insane.
That's why I brought some
The first
extras.
Hollywood Reporter article. What is it, Mike?
Of
Says
course,
he's
they
gonna
could
make
put
them
Bob
till
in a wheelchair and let him
1982.
play Inspector.
Yeah, there's
every
a-
night.
Wait a second. Here we go.
Like Raymond Burr did?
Yeah, right.
No,
Aren't I?
The funniest thing is that the Reporter and Daily Variety both say that in 51, May of 51, there's notices in each one that says that Superman is going to film one a week, every week of the year until 1984.
I mean,
Which
It's
is
in
gotta
two
be
different
about the
press
grossest.
things. And I just went,
Because
They
I
wouldn't
think,
put
I
out
don't know, I don't
Has
know
Nickelodeon
where that
supposed to
mentality
do any
came from,
promos
except that I think they were
or
thinking in terms of doing it like they did the radio show.
I think it's a typo.
No,
I saw
I
something
really
else.
think they were thinking in terms of
Yes,
radio,
I'd like
because
to.
in radio you can
I'd like to know what they
do that, but television is completely
What they do
different.
know.
They had
It's
a
much
big
more
thing in New York
complex.
before it went on
I
the
saw
air.
something,
Oh,
I saw
that-
that, and I
that
saw something
deal
right
thing?
behind it, or right after
They
that,
paid
that made me realize, oh,
those
this is what
coats
they were
and
thinking
Jack
of.
to go back, 1,500 each, to go back on whatever. And, yeah, then they were on all this junk with me and with Kurt Geller and this and that and everything, and I was so mad. You know, they say, asked her.
Yeah, I can see that.
So they shouldn't have all the bad mouth in their gum from that bitch. Oh, pretty good.
Gold or
It's for
silver,
John.
it's up to you.
Oh, and if you ask a lady, she'll take gold.
Yeah.
Do they have any diamond?
Right, right. Well, let's see, I'll save room for, there's Bob over there.
I got gold?
Oh, we're tied up. Oh, that's funny. I just
There's
noticed
one
that.
little strand that you
Oh.
can
They
just
couldn't find a
read.
picture where you weren't tied up.
You're right, they
Yeah,
couldn't.
yeah.
I'm sure you couldn't. That's cute.
Well, you had
They're
an
tied to
album,
the
you said.
railroad
Oh, yeah,
tracks?
certainly.
Yeah, did you see that one?
Yeah, I signed somebody.
Yeah, that was,
Oh,
did you
right.
see that one, Betty?
The railroad track.
No, I think
She's tied
Ken's
to the
having to clean
Yeah, I
it.
thought there was
Oh,
one.
there we go.
Yeah.
Leave
Should
already.
probably
But
go,
you
no.
can almost see the ladder on the side where he's jumping
These
off.
were
Yeah.
thrown out by Warner Brothers, back Warner Brothers
Can you do
TV,
that?
and
I can
just-
go in
if
and
I didn't
check
know
the black
somebody
ink.
there, I never
We'll
would
go
have
get
gotten
my
home with.
Jack, did you see that one, Jack?
I just really thought-
Where you can see the ladder on the
Charles
side.
of Superman, this is the,
Yeah, yeah, him jumping in.
God bless you.
Sure.
That was the
No
one,
problem.
yeah, that was the one
We'll
that
be
he
back in just a
directed.
couple
Yeah, the
minutes.
parallel.
Want some more salmon?
They were throwing these out.
they just had no use for them, and they didn't realize that the publicity department at Warner's Television wanted to keep all these in stock, over and above the press kits that they put out. They put
Yeah, sure.
together about 20 standard photos,
When did
which
you get
everybody's
those?
seen.
Do they know you have
Back in
these? 'Cause
1980.
They should, I mean, now they have a need for them, you know.
I have made negatives on each one, and if they request a photo, I supply it to
You
them.
do.
And, because they're asking for material all the time now. They, you know, the studios don't have any respect for the past. And it's the, yeah, you want yours done with a Sharpie, right?
So
Okay.
there's-
Yeah, that's so,
Mhm.
you can just do it on the next one there.
Is a pen like that supposed to last forever, John?
Mm-hmm. And these paint pens are,
They're just harder to see, I like that.
no, when the light's on them, they're great.
Poor little Sam. You know who took Sam was Tony Bennett.
Oh, yeah?
After George died, she took Sam. Yeah. The little bastard, she called it.
How long,
I got a
how long
little
did he live?
bastard
This
up
one's
here.
for Bill.
Chuck Hill, right.
But she used to,
That's a great picture.
her sister called me just before. I hadn't seen Tony in a while because she used to call me up in the middle of the night.
Oh, left my watch in the car.
It's, I can't see
Okay.
this.
5 to 9. 5 to 9.
We better get on the road nowadays, huh?
8:55.
Again, so soon?
8:55. We got a 3-hour ride back home.
Oh, you did.
Oh, it'll be
Not
easy
this
now.
time, I-
Now, that, did you know on the way down there was a 4
Do you know who that is? It's
Tractor
Harry Grisnett,
trucks
who directed.
on the other side?
I
It was
recognize
all
Phil Ford, I didn't see
Where did
that.
you get this
Four
picture,
Ford
John? This is-
trucks
This is
and
from
a
one of these
jackknife
small
wreck
ones. I
on the
had it blown
opposite
up.
side of the freeway, and that's what was causing the big
Yeah,
delay.
nice one.
Oh.
Yeah, on the 405 coming
It's one of
down.
the few shots of all
I heard about
all
it.
together like
I got
that.
down here.
Yeah. It was a mess.
Forget it all.
Only John.
I've been assigned to get Chuck
Is
and
that,
Gwen's.
is that shot Superman Silvermine? Or
Disappearing Lois.
that was just bring up?
Is that you, John Field, over there?
Yes, sir, it is. Yes, Squire.
Um,
That was the episode that aired in LA the
Are
day
your
after the death.
hands clean? No? Your hands clean?
Where do you find
No,
these
they're
things?
not clean.
That's my job, John. Chuck says, look up stuff.
Yeah, I know.
This is a picture of Noel.
Can we dispel the final myth once and for all?
And
This
George.
show first aired September 19th, 1952 in Chicago. That was the first air date.
1952
oh, there was 52.
September 19th.
On ABC then?
Whatever the ABC affiliate was, yes.
Because they were
Yes.
originally on ABC.
Yeah.
That I knew.
Yeah,
And it went on in New York. so
April
Chicago-
1st.
April 53.
53.
Yeah, because I was there.
This is
Didn't
to
I
Bill.
sign it?
No, this is for Bill.
This is for me.
This is for Bill.
My hands are all sticky.
John, when will you come over?
Yes.
Can I interrupt you one more time for the wonderful signature?
Sure. That's fine. That's fine.
Can you make it?
Oh, here.